so much.
Hi,
If
everybody.
you also
We
hi.
are live. We beat the tech goblins. Um,
We're
welcome
doing our
to
best.
session 0 of Rotted Capes. Rotted Tropics, where I'm going to place these people in the Florida Keys. Let's start with introductions. Let's start with Crimson and work our way around. Crimson.
Hi, my name is Crimson Soul. I am normally a cyberpunk VTuber. Today, I am here to make a character. What's the introduction? Find me at all that stuff.
Like me, Stat Monkey. Stat Monkey
Oh no, I meant
presents.
like anything I should put in the
Yeah, dude.
intro.
Like all your socials, go.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can find me at Crimson Soul blue sky dot underscore. I mean blue sky dot social or twitch.tv / Crimson Soul underscore right there. Yeah, next person.
Wheels.
Hi everybody. I'm Mary. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me online at the Nerd on Wheels, where I talk about disability, TTRPGs, and everything in between. And my main focus is disability representation through storytelling.
Halfling.
I am Steve, Tall Halfling on most of the socials, Tall Halfling RPG over on Threads. Um, you'll find me playing and running games all over Twitch and YouTube. Most recently, you'll find me on Drive Through RPG with my my first published adventure for Call of Cthulhu.
Congratulations. Pixie.
Hi. Hello. My name is Space. You can also call me Pixie. I am a variety streamer, VTuber. I also dabble in a lot of different tabletops and have run a couple like D&D one shots on stream before. Um, I don't know. You can find me literally anywhere with the username Pixie Pond. I'm on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky. Technically, I still have X. I don't use it too often, but and I like to do little art sometimes and make anime.
Nice. Well, everybody, give everybody here a follow when you have a chance. And today we are doing character creation. So, in Rotted Capes, character creation is siloed into different steps as you work through it. So the first thing you do is you pick your origin. Your origin is basically how you got your powers or how your powers work. So, Crimson, what do you think you're gonna pick?
Uh, I'm gonna go for highly trained.
Highly trained, nice. Okay, so we have
Hmm.
a highly trained hero. Uh, Mary?
I guess question. So
Yeah, shoot.
usually for character creation, I
Yes.
build it based off of what everyone is playing. Could we
Okay.
possibly go around and get like character ideas before
Oh,
we like
fair
dive
enough.
like head first?
Oh yeah, does any okay, yeah, actually that's a good point. Character concepts. I know you guys have them. So
Mhm.
Crimson, what's your concept overall?
I was thinking that my concept would be a former hero assassin. Um, they were an engineer in their spare time, kind of just like like a middle class Batman. Uh, however, their whole thing was that if you paid them right with the right amount of prep time, they could find a way to kill just about any super.
Okay. Mary?
So I like to leave it open, so I have two general ideas, and we can figure out what fits best.
Okay.
Um, First one is it is a super called Metamorphosis. She basically uh, is almost like a human transmutation stone. She can
Okay.
basically take energy from things and put energy into things. It is
Nice.
very unreliable and highly dangerous.
Huh.
So that's the first idea. Second idea is basically for a not necessarily a super that has powers yet, or maybe the powers aren't unlocked yet. But she is like a gadgeteer, so she can build things, do different tech ideas, and the reason she can do that so well is because she can almost like hear electricity and manipulate it in the different creations that she does. So
Nice.
those are the two ideas, and we can figure out like what fits best. for sure.
Okay. Pixie.
Oh, mass manipulation. I want to play with gravity as a concept. I really like the idea of someone. I'm just making Danny Phantom. That's all I'm really doing. I'm realizing. But I really want to play a character that was like experimented on and gained powers that way. So something like NASA related, something like that. But like a very techie based character that can manipulate things like that, or like telekinesis, kind of.
Okay. And Halfling?
So so as you and I have discussed a little bit,
Yes.
my character is kind of between jobs. Um, um, he's made his career in like SWAT, special forces, something in that general vicinity. Um, he's going to end up leaning into something we'll talk about later, natural born leader, basically coordinating the, the the easiest way to put it briefly is Overwatch.
Well, it makes sense. Ex-military makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. Yeah. So yeah, you're basically the leader type, ex-military. Makes sense. Okay, so now that we have our general concepts that we want to work with, let's start choosing origins. We already know we have for sure we have one highly trained. Pixie, what are you thinking?
I think superhuman, but I'm not 100% sure. I think so though.
Superhuman for what you're doing is a good catch-all. It works
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought so, but I wanted to double check.
Yeah,
That's what I think I'm gonna.
It's a good catch-all. You could do almost every type of superhero as a superhuman. It's the default, to be honest.
Okay.
Okay. Halfling.
Um, has been highly trained. Things may be changing.
Okay. Well, I know what you're picking. They don't need to know what you're picking. So, Thunder, what are you thinking, Mary?
Yeah. So I'm thinking, listening to like the different character ideas.
Yeah.
I think the transmutation lady might be a little interesting to do. So, I think for that, what would probably fit best is like cosmic.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, so we have a cosmic. Okay. So the next thing is you get to choose your archetype. Your archetype is basically how you use your powers. Where your origin gave you, like, where your powers are coming from. Archetype is what kind of a general healer you are. Now, it doesn't tie you down to your powers. It gives you suggestions and gives you a bonus feat and some ability score bonuses. Crimson, what are you thinking?
You're gonna have to give me a moment to scroll down.
Take your
I
time.
put all this together like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Um,
So we have Blaster, Brawler, Controller, Infiltrator, Heavy, and Transporter. Blasters are
Right.
like Colossus and stuff. They just blast the hell out of people. Brawler is your Wolverine character, your scrapper that gets in the middle of stuff. Controller is your energy controller, people controller, or battlefield controller type. Like a telekinetic would fall into this, or a telepath, or or like technically like a Magneto character would actually fall into controller. Infiltrator, sneaky powers, being able to go to invisible, like Ghost um, or Shadowcat. I can't think of anybody in my DC hero lore is losing me today. But the type of characters that can sneak around, go invisible, go through walls, that type of stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. Then heavy is your big, heavy brute type muscle guy, not necessarily dumb but big. Here you have Colossus, Juggernaut. Um, wow, every DC hero has just left me today. This is sad. All my friends are gonna make fun of me. But yeah, dude, that would be your bruiser type, your heavy type.
Mhm.
Transporter, teleporters, speedsters, fast flyers. That's like their main thing would be a transporter. So you have like a Nightcrawler, of course, or oh I'm thinking of this old school X-Men character that used to be with the X-Men during Chris Claremont. The only thing he did was swing around and open portals for everybody, and I can't remember his name now. Wow. But never mind. You get the idea. So those are your archetypes. Um, like the blaster will give you either a bonus to dexterity or charisma, and it gives you the Hawkeye feat because it makes you better at shooting things. Um, Brawler gives you a +1 to your dexterity, strength, or constitution, and you get either martial arts feat or weapon master feat. Um, Controller +1 to wisdom or charisma. You can either take empathic intuition or honey tongue as a bonus feat. Infiltrator is a bonus to intelligence or dexterity, and you get stealthy for free. And heavy +1 to strength or constitution, and you can either pick the toughness or the large frame as a bonus feat. Transporter +1 dex or wisdom, and you gain either the quick or the increased burnout threshold feat for free.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Infiltrator.
Okay, makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay, Mary, what do you want to go with?
I'm thinking controller probably works best for
For
this
your
character.
character, yeah, controller would probably work best. You could either do controller or blaster because you absorb and you shoot out, like you were saying. So you could do either one, really. You don't need to make up your mind right now. Just keep that in your head.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, you could always go back and change that one little thing because it doesn't really change your entire character. It just changes one or two little things. Uh, Pixie.
One thing, someone said I'm quiet in chat. I'm a little
Oh,
lower volume wise. Uh, I turned myself up a little bit, but I don't know if it helped. And then the
okay,
answer, controller, because it makes the most sense, or transporter.
okay. Um, well, that was bad. That was my fault. um, so, okay, so you were thinking either transporter or
Or controller. Controller makes the most sense because I want to play with like telekinesis and things like that, but I really like speed, and like invisibility and things like that. I like both of them a lot, so
okay.
it's kind of, yeah.
Well, keep those in your head. We could always go
Yeah.
back to them.
Hmm.
And Halfling, what do you want?
Um, I think I'm going with controller. Um, I haven't quite decided whether I'm going empathic intuition or honeyed tongue, but
Fair enough.
controller seems about right.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so now we get to determining ability scores. In Rotted Capes, I tried to make it easy for people, or if you want to get really detailed, you could do the point by thing, or you could do the array. The array, you just get to pick your ability scores of 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and put them anywhere you want. You'll notice that they are higher than the average ability scores for any human because you guys are superheroes. You guys must be one cut above the average person. Um, and if you want to do point buy, you have 36 points to buy your ability scores. I have that ready up here so I can show that to people. There you go. So yeah, so that's the ability scores if you want to buy them. Have you guys already thought about how you want to do your ability scores? I know that. Okay, so it's easy for Crimson. Crimson probably wants a high dex. Probably high wisdom and higher intelligence. The rest of them, But you want to be in, because the way you described your guy, he would be smart as hell.
Yeah.
And
Also,
yeah.
100% uncharismatic. Like that's full on my dump that.
Fair enough. Okay, Mary, what are you thinking?
I'm probably gonna do point buy.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. Halfling?
I'm thinking point buy. Yeah.
Excellent.
Very
I
high
love this
charisma,
group.
very high wisdom.
Awesome. And Pixie?
I don't know.
No.
I'm not sure. Sometimes I'll pick and then I go, no, I don't want to do this, and I'll just go to point five. But I don't know.
Well, it's okay because we're just going through our characters, and afterwards you can actually just fill out your ability scores before the next game, which is cool. This is more of a walk through character creation and get our concepts down. Like during the week, if you guys read through all the feat section and you're like, oh my god, I want that one instead, I'm not going to lose my mind. So it's cool. And by the way, there is a rule in the game called retcon. That if you make a character and you don't like it before you reach the next rank, you could totally rebuild your character. You could always retcon it. So don't be worried about making mistakes. Okay, so that was your ability score. Starting powers. This is where we get to have fun. So let's go with Mary. So you wanted to do energy absorption and energy blasts and that kind. So there's a few ways you could do it. You could go and pick your powers individually, or you could pick a power set. And this is one thing you could do. You could pick a power set and swap out one of the powers. So, for example, if you see the power set for blasters, it's energy blast, energy generation, energy explosion, energy sheath, and flight. It's basically Human Torch. But one of the things you can do is you could just grab a power set and swap out a power and make your life easier. So in that case, you could look at powers like energy absorption. What was it? There's another one that would be actually pretty interesting for you, which is powers. Let me see. So, energy generation. Oh, energy manipulation would be great for you because you could just manipulate energy. Normally, you have to pick an energy type that you can manipulate. One of the energy types is cosmic energy. So you could just mess with cosmic energy. One of the cool things about the game is there's something called power stunts. That you can learn new ways to use your powers. So as the game continues, you could do power stunts to start to learn how to manipulate other kinds of energy. Like maybe you start with cosmic, but then you start experimenting with fire, and you start experimenting with this and that, and little by little you start learning how to control everything. Now again, because I wanted to try to make character creation as accessible as possible to players, there's 3 ways to get your powers. You can either pick a power set, which is a predetermined set of powers with predetermined ranks. You can do a point buy, which works just like ability scores, and you point buy your powers. Or you could pick an array for 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 powers. Actually, it's 2, 3, 4, or 5 powers. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, cool. Crimson, do you already know what powers you were looking at?
Yeah, I am. So I know that two powers I was looking at that weren't a part of the infiltrator skills were I think it's like invent gadgetry and sixth sense.
Yes. Okay.
And so I'm looking to see back at the infiltrator power set, what I might want to like swap out for that.
Okay. Well, yeah, the infiltrator power set, right? You have adoptive muscle memory, enhanced senses, invisibility, luck, and swinging. Swinging is swing lines like Batman. Aha! I remember DC character like Batman, Nightwing, all the Robins, Spider Man. Yeah, you could always grab that power set and swap out one or two powers.
Hmm.
Like maybe swap out the invisibility and just be naturally sneaky. Um, and maybe swap out the luck power to the two powers you
Yeah.
were thinking about. Yeah,
Well, I
that
mean,
would
I
work.
just like given the area that we're in, right? I'm
Yeah,
like, how much swinging am I going to be able to actually get in?
that's a valid point. The keys is kind of flat.
Yeah. Like,
Like
I would love to be
maybe
Spider-Man.
there's one or two 4-story buildings lying around. Maybe.
Hmm.
You're
Like,
right.
I would
Like
love
yeah,
to be Spider-Man, but I don't really know if like Spider-Man would move to Florida.
you're right. He probably he would do really well in Miami, but that's about it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like maybe I get rid of swinging
Yeah.
and also like maybe invisibility too, and like do just kind of be naturally like stealthy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um so that's what I'm gonna hold on to for the moment, and then we'll
That
see how we
works.
feel later.
Sweet. Okay,
Yeah.
so Pixie, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, what are I'm trying to find it, and I have so many documents up, and I can't find it. What's the base powers for transporter?
Okay, so for transporter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Celerity is a big one.
Yeah.
Speed is a big one because speed is just straight up adding to your pace.
Mm-hmm.
It just adds to how fast you can move. Surge is like a boost of speed. It's a temporary boost of speed. You have to pay burnout for it. It
Mm-hmm.
hurts, but it moves you.
Yeah. I,
Um.
ki-
So, but you were also thinking about doing like the telekinesis thing.
yeah, but I can. What is it? Move object. I could always do
Yeah.
transporter and take that and swap something out for it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. You
really the
can.
only thing I want from controller is like to be able to move items or
Fair
things.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, it makes life easy. Start with
Mm-hmm.
the transporter power set.
Yeah.
Pick one of the things and swap it out. Like enhanced ability score dexterity, you could always swap it out, but that makes so much sense for transporters.
Mm-hmm.
Celerity lets you turn an action into a faster action. So
Ooh, okay.
in combat, we follow pretty much the D20 5th edition paradigm. You have actions, bonus actions, and you have a new type of action in our game called a complex action,
Mm-hmm.
which when you start it, it doesn't come into effect into next round. But if you have celerity, you could turn a complex action into an action or an action into a bonus action, which
Ooh,
sometimes will
okay.
literally let you take two actions at once because you could turn it into a bonus action and then do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna give you a warning.
Yeah.
All the transporter powers cost a lot in burnout. You have to be careful when using them.
Mm-hmm.
Burnout, for the people here new that don't know about burnout, certain powers have a burnout threshold, a burnout value. Once you get to your burnout threshold, which is the equivalent of your fortitude defense or your willpower defense, there's a chance that all your powers that have burnout stop working for the remainder of the scene. Because if you push yourself too hard, your powers give up on you. So you have to be a little careful, especially when you play a transporter. They're fun. One of my favorite character is one of our pre-gens, which I made the classic speedster. And I made him, and the way I play him is a speedster with ADHD. So he always gets distracted, and he's always a lone wolf, and he always runs off on his own. But he can burn out like that. Okay, so Halfling, what are you looking at?
Okay, so
I
my main
lost you.
power we will discover in play.
Yes.
But I'm also looking at emotion control, which includes things like casting fear.
Oh, that's good.
Possibly also some of that move object.
Nice.
Got some other ideas, but those are the
Cool.
main ones I'm thinking of.
I like that.
I so wanted to go with invisibility as a like super stealth kind of thing.
Yeah.
The limitation with invisibility is that you are invisible to one sense.
Yes.
You choose what sense that is.
Yep. But hold on. You remember, you could take a power twice.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
if you
but
take,
I've got other
and
things
invisibility
holding up power.
specifically says if you take it twice, you turn on the ability, it's both senses.
Yeah.
For the same burnout cost, they're not considered separate powers. So you could take, for example, vision and scent. And that means you just go invisible and nobody can even smell you. But they could still hear you. So keep that in mind.
I'll give it some thought.
Yeah, give that some thought. Okay, so my favorite part. So, how many people here want to play with weaknesses? Weaknesses are your classic weaknesses from comics. You know, Superman has kryptonite. Lanterns. You take the ring away, all their powers are gone. So, weaknesses are fun. So let's go with Mary. What are you thinking first?
Oh God. Okay. Many ideas.
Go
So,
for it. I want to hear them.
my idea is that the power itself of transmuting is incredibly painful. It is
Okay.
it is very much a wear and tear type of a thing. It's something that it's very hard for her to control because she just doesn't her body for whatever reason uh has a harder time with like handling that power, and so it comes out with like chronic pain, sometimes mobility issues, but that is like my idea, depending on how that would work, as far as
So there are
I'm
two
guessing physical
ways.
condition that would be.
Yeah, there are two ways to handle that. We didn't discuss this in powers because this gets into the nitty gritty. Powers have flaws and perks. You could pick flaws, like for example, for you, all your powers should definitely have where is it? They're flaw, ego, efficient, nature. Unreliable. The unreliable would be great. And the way flaws work is they increase the score of your power. Raticape's powers and ability scores use the same score metric. So somebody with 18 strength or somebody with 18 move object could pick up the same weight because it's the same strength. So when you pick flaws, you get a bonus to your score. Unreliable is great. It means that sometimes it just doesn't work. Another one would be let me see. Oh, fatiguing. Fatiguing is perfect. It increases the burnout value of all your powers. You just burn out faster.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you could look at your flaws and limitations and just add those to your powers to really build that up. But in weaknesses, we could always go with a weakness, which is because of your powers. That you've suffered this even when you're not using your powers. Your powers are taking such a toll on your body that's just something you deal with. And it doesn't even have to be that, because the powers themselves, if you build them the way, they'll be difficult to use. So you don't have to be that hard on yourself on your weaknesses. You could pick something like physical condition, or maybe a physical vulnerability, that there's certain things that just hurt you a lot more than normal. You could do it that, physical attacks just hurt because your body is so wrecked by your powers. Or you could go with this would be interesting. Ravenous metabolism. When you're in a survival situation, the fact that you have to eat a lot more often sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep that in mind on those two. Strange appearance could really work with you also.
Mhm.
You could have a really strange appearance because you have cosmic energy going through you. That it could really freak other survivors out that don't know you. The ones that know you kind of already look past that. But like you guys come across new survivors, it could come into play. Remember, in this world, zombies are only half your problem. There's zombies, there's super zombies, and there's other survivors. Some of them are friendly, some of them definitely are not. So yeah, think about that with your weaknesses. Yeah, those are probably the two best weaknesses for you. Or you could do physical condition. Because your character is probably not going to be in a melee type character. Just sounds like you wouldn't get him. You would be off, especially since you're in pain all the time. But yeah, that's another good one there. Okay, so Wheels, what are you thinking? Sorry, not Wheels. Pixie, what are you thinking?
Oh, me. I'm very set on now doing a very like fast and speed based character, and I like the
Okay.
idea of like either I don't know how. Okay, there's two. One would be
No.
like something weight related.
Now remember,
Where
you do not have to pick an actual weakness.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
it's more fun though. I like the idea of like weight limitations, where like
Okay.
their powers might not work if they're holding a lot of weight or if they are heavier in some capacity because of gravity.
Okay.
But I also like the idea of like EMF fields or things like that, like electronics messing with their ability to move.
Okay. Oh, that's perfect actually. What you could
Mhm.
do is then that one, right? Do
Yeah.
physical vulnerability.
Mhm.
You do energy weakness electricity.
Okay.
Because it's a pretty common, it's common. Electricity really isn't that uncommon. And then there's a few options. Okay, so
Mhm.
certain weaknesses, to explain this to the viewers.
Yeah.
You build them. So for example, physical vulnerability. You pick a stimuli, you pick its rarity, and then you pick its effect. And each one gives you a certain amount of points that tells you how many points it's worth. You could get 1 feat, maybe you could get 2. Because if you go overboard, it could be, this flaw could be brutal. But like, for example, you could pick power negation, which means as soon as you hit with electricity, all your powers just stop working.
Mhm.
You could pick physical weakness, that when you get hit with electricity, all your ability scores go down, your physical ability scores go down by 8.
Oof.
Yeah. Physical vulnerability. You take double damage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deadly weakness. If you start within, it is really bad. If you start within the same area as that material or energy type,
Mhm.
you start suffering damage straight out, and you also take double damage from attacks. So if you're in the same, for example, somebody with weakness to iron, if they're within the same area as a substantial amount of iron, they'd start taking 4d6 damage a round. No save, nothing. You just take it. And if somebody hits you with an iron dagger, God forbid, you are taking double damage. And the last one is lethal weakness, which you start gaining levels of exhaustion every round you're within the same area as a substance, or if you get hit with the substance. And remember, the way exhaustion works, once you get to 6 ranks, you're dead. It doesn't matter how many hit points you have, you're gone. So lethal weakness is really bad. Especially in your case, you're picking electricity. So
yeah.
even though even though it's post-apocalyptic, people still have solar panels and they're recharging batteries, and so be careful. But yeah, that's how you would build that weakness.
I need to kind of pick about it, and that 48 that ignores like resistances from constitution, right?
Huh?
The damage from it ignores like the resistances.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So the way the game works is you have stamina and wounds. Once your stamina goes down 0, you start taking wounds. There's the other way to take wounds. We'll get there when we get there. The extra damage bypasses any damage reduction you might have, or any protections. So even if you have force fields up and you have vulnerability electricity, and somebody zaps you, it just goes right through the force field. Because it's your vulnerability. It's kind of like Green Lantern with the color yellow. Yeah, the way you would build him, he would have like this flaw like 3 times. But yeah, so that's it right there. Okay. Halfling, what are you thinking?
Well, I've got a couple that are built in.
Yeah.
But I'm also thinking a physical condition, looking at the options, I'm thinking disadvantage on strength checks.
Makes sense.
Are we going to be disadvantaged on strength check, buddies?
Ooh.
Could be.
Now I know. The first time you need to pick. You need to open a stuck door. You need to open a stuck door. So 2 characters just look at each other and they're like, ha ha ha.
Well, I mean, there are entire campaigns that have never met a door that they can open. So
well, hold on. Mary does have the one answer to every door. Blast it. There's a door in our way. Boom. So yeah, there's that. Okay. So
what door?
Yeah, what door? The door has been erased.
Open a door.
Okay, and now we get to skill sets and your starting feat. So, one of the choices I did in the design of the game.
Me.
Huh?
You skipped over me.
I did? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Weakness. I swear to God, I thought you told me. Because we talked about your weakness before. So it's already in my head. What are you picking?
All right. So I've got 3 that I want to pick up.
Wow.
All right. So first of all is Dark Secret level 2.
Nice.
Okay. I'll hold on to this one here, like I think you'll want to like see if you might want to work that in later. But Dark Secret level 2, my character has had something happen in their past that has deeply affected. I mean, like, you don't end up in the assassin business as like a completely like mentally well person, like something had to go wrong at some point in your life.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. And what's your other flaw? Your other weakness.
So my other weakness is enemies. I have made an enemy of the tyrants.
Oh, you're picking tyrant. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. I already know exactly who it's gonna be. Okay, and what's your last one?
My last one is going to be mental condition.
Okay.
Like, hey, engineer, like most people,
Mhm.
I have like most engineers, like most people in STEM, I'm gonna say that I've got ADHD.
Fair enough. Okay.
And I'm gonna put that at challenging.
Nice. Okay.
And that's
Uh,
going to be disadvantage in all checks involving charisma.
got it. Okay. Charisma. Yeah, it makes sense. You already said you're definitely not charismatic at
Yeah.
all. Like, don't let him speak to people. Okay. So we got
Mm.
you. Okay, well, wow. You just gave me so much. Nice. I like this. Two people in this
Mhm.
party have given me a lot to work with, and I love the flaws you took, because honestly the weaknesses you took are really party weaknesses. Somebody
Yeah.
picks tyrant, it's like the entire party is getting involved in that one. Okay,
Mhm.
so okay, skill sets and feats. One of the design choices I made in this game was I got rid of a detailed skill list. What you do is you describe a sentence which is your character's skill set. For example, former law enforcement detective. When I issue a challenge, in other words, I say, hey guys, it's a charisma check because you're trying to convince this guy of doing something, you can be like, hold on, I was a detective. I had to deal with families after horrific events. Let me see if I could talk these people down. So you basically pitch to me how you want to use your skill set and your ability score to beat the challenge. You might come up with an interesting way to use a different ability score. I might say, hey, it's a charisma check, but if you pitch to me an intelligence, go for it. You get to start off by picking one skill set and one bonus feat. You guys don't have to pick the feat tonight, but you could go through all the feats. If you already have one in mind, just say it now. Um, then you get to choose between a second skill set or feat. So you guaranteed one skill set, one feat. You could do one skill set, two feats, two skill sets, one feat. Now our highly trained individual down here gets an additional skill set or bonus feat. So keep that in mind. For people listening right now, all the origins have some limitations. In a way, highly trained has one of the most brutal limitations. Their ability scores can never go above 20. Period. While a superhuman can theoretically get to like 30, 40 strength. Because highly trained individuals are Hawkeye, Black Widow, Punisher, basically normal humans who hang with the superheroes,
Mm.
relying mostly on gadgets and their skills to get them out of trouble. Um, so let's start with Halfling. What do you want to do for your skill sets?
Okay, so um, just going from what's in the book, I think strategic command training is pretty much spot on.
Nice.
Um, sorry.
Yeah, that one makes sense. You already know what feat you want to grab?
Um, so I know one of my feats is going to be natural born leader, which gives me a couple of maneuvers so that I can
Yes, that
help
actually
out
makes
the
perfect sense for
team.
your character.
Yeah.
So, you
Um,
get to pick a second feat or a second skill set. Which one do you want to get?
um, I'm still waffling a little bit, so don't hold me to it.
Of
Um,
course.
but um, I think I'm going to be that guy who says both, because I took a weakness at the appropriate level that gets me an extra feat, so I get an extra feat and I get an extra skill set.
Perfect. So
Um,
what are you thinking for your second skill set?
um, this is where I'm really not sure, but I'm kind of eyeing saboteur. We have
Oh,
people
that
who can
works.
build things, so it seems appropriate to have people who can break things.
That's actually a really good. And for your character, you could have been a demolitions guy. Your secondary training could have been demolitions, and that makes perfect sense. Because you said that maybe you were like special forces, and most special forces are cross trained, so it makes your leadership and demolitions. Makes sense.
Okay.
So Pixie. Oh, what?
Yeah.
What Hmm?
So on the feet side, though, trying to decide between mind over body and sharp eyes. There are a couple others that I'm eyeing and drooling over, but I like, given that I have disadvantage on my dump stat of strength. Mind over body seems like it might be wise. Lets me
And
use
actually
a
makes
willpower defense
sense.
in place of a physical defense.
And it makes
Once a
sense
scene.
for your character, what we were talking
Yeah.
about. So it works. Pixie.
Okay, I do this thing when I make characters where the skills that I want them to have are similar to whatever their weakness is because it's funny. It gives
Okay.
me more chances to like deal with it. So I'm kind of thinking technophile or the I'm kind of thinking technophile or
No! Hey! No!
that one or there's another one that's building and I can't think what it is. It's like building cars or something or machinery. I just can't find it
Okay.
on here. I was looking for it.
Well, the way you describe it, right? Let's say that your
Mhm.
character. The cool thing about
Oh, Gearhead, by the way,
skill
sorry.
sets. The cool thing about skill sets, right, is that not only do they give you your skill set, but you could use them to really flesh out your background. So you could say that in my previous life, I was a car mechanic.
Yeah, I'm
Or
torn
yeah,
between a couple things. I definitely want like parents who worked for NASA or worked for the government in some capacity. So like some weird like tech related background through machinery. That's what
oh
I'm
my god,
thinking.
you could do something like ex SpaceX engineer
Ooh, yeah, I want to do something with machinery.
or
It's just something that I think would be
ex
fun.
NASA engineer.
Mhm.
So yeah, you could do like ex NASA engineer, or oh my god, MIT robotics or MIT and engineering graduate.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
would be your skill
this is
set.
this is someone who very much doesn't care about being a superhero, but kind of got pulled into it
Fair enough.
somehow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm realizing that. Uh,
Well, it could have been that you weren't even a superhero before Z-Day. But
yeah, I think
Z-Day
Crimson and I
like
were talking about that.
shoved
Yeah.
you into it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe you picked up because so superheroes in rotted capes have become symbols of hope. The reason why many of them still wear their costumes is because that costume gives people hope,
Mhm.
right? So, part of your story could have been that you picked up your costume from a dead hero and took on their persona, and nobody knows that you're not the real one.
Mhm.
And by the way, that would be a really good dark secret. You just
I'll figure it out if I want to
Take
do
some
another
extra
weakness.
points.
yeah, because think about this. You like your powers kick in. You saw this guy die or this girl die fighting the zombies, and you're like, crap. Okay, and you took on the mantle. It could be a really good story to that too. Okay, Mary.
Okay, so I'm between two,
What?
and they both say very different things about the character.
Okay, let's see.
So the first idea
Mm-hmm.
is let me find it, of course. Lost it. There it is. Confidence artist. Don't
Nice.
lie, you tell better stories than the truth.
Yeah.
Uh, I definitely see her as like a very social character.
Okay.
Um, high charisma. Um, And but the other idea I had is I've seen empires rise and fall.
Nice. Okay. So your character's
I've,
been alive a long time. Okay.
mhm. But I'm trying to decide which one will be better for story purposes.
You could always pick both and just get one
True.
feat.
I'll have to see. I'll have
Because
to see
somebody
about
who's been alive that long and can tell those kinds of stories makes perfect sense. And because you lived it, you know how to twist history just
Yeah.
enough. So that makes sense. And those are really good social skill sets. And seeing empires rise and fall really comes in handy, because the old additive history repeats itself.
Mhm.
Like you could always say, "Wait a minute, I remember something like this in Tripoli."
Yeah, this reminds
Love
me
it.
of the fall of Troy.
Exactly.
I can use all my, like trivia knowledge finally.
Yes. Yeah, if you play him, oh my god. Did you ever see the TV show Blacklist?
Yes. Yep.
When he would go into stories about, oh, I remember in Italy when I had that bottle of wine. You could always do that, but historical.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that'd be awesome.
Mhm.
Do you know what feat you want to grab? Or are you still about that?
I'm still deciding. I might do the two both skill
No,
set
you could
thing.
do both. You
But
still get a bonus feat.
oh,
Because
okay,
again,
cool.
when you make your character, you get a skill set and a feat, and then you get the choice of either another feat or a
Okay.
skill set.
Okay.
So in your
I
case, you
will
would
have
go
to
with
look
2
at the
skill
feet.
sets and 1 feat.
That sounds good to me.
And remember, because of your weaknesses, you're going to get another feat.
Heck yeah.
Yes. Okay, Crimson.
Mhm.
What do you think?
All right. So remind me what I get specifically.
You get, okay, so you, again, everybody gets a skill set and a feat, a
Mhm.
choice of a skill set and a feat. You get an additional choice of a skill set or a feat. So you can start with 3 skill sets, or you can
Okay.
start with 1 skill set and 3 feats, or you can start with, any combo of their.
I feel like 3 feet is too many feet. Like, how am I gonna walk?
Mm-hmm.
You're not the
Oh,
speedster. If the speedster, the blurring of the feet.
like,
Oh
yeah.
no, did I make a speedster? Oh no, I did. Oh no. I
You
knew
did
it.
make a speedster.
I knew I was
You're
gonna
the
do
speedster.
this. My brain's like, I want to do gravity, I want telekinesis. No, I want to be so fast. I want to be so fast.
Story-wise, the reason why you're fast, you lighten gravity around you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're
Yeah.
running, like little rocks and stuff start to float into the air
Mm.
before you take off. Very cool looking.
Mhm. Also, one more time, can you remind me the difference between the regular skill sets and the cinematics, the grounded and cinematic?
They're just it's just flavor. I
Okay.
wanted to give during the description of the skill sets, I wanted to give some descriptions of some grounded skill sets or
Mhm.
some cinematic skill sets. Like for example, I've seen empires rise and fall is cinematic. Another one that would be cinematic is the Born to Wear the Mask. You're playing basically like somebody born into a superhero family. The other ones would be like Born to Wear the Mask. Visionary is a grounded one, but Visionary would be something like Tony Stark. That he
Mhm.
could literally build anything. He has that mind. So those are the differences between the two. Like another cinematic one, trained by the Brotherhood of Assassins. So that gives you some background of, you're an assassin, but you have this brotherhood and they've taught you. And so those are the difference between like a cinematic skill set and a grounded one. It's just a flavor to it, but they work exactly the same way.
For our audience, if we've got one of my favorites that does not fit any of our characters, I think, is a comic archivist, which means
Oh
that
yeah,
you understand how comic books work.
yes. and that comes incredibly handy. So yeah. And what was there's another one that I really I had a to be honest, I had a lot of fun writing some of these because I felt very free to write some strange ones. And of course there's some nods to characters like there's billionaire playboy philanthropist.
Mhm.
Another one I really liked was the conspiracy theorist. That one could be fun. A gadgeteer tinkerer, very like Robin-esque. Hunter of the in-between. So because remember, this is a comic book world, there is magic. There are werewolves. One of the stories in the Rotted Capes book that we hint at is Paris. All the survivors are living in the catacombs because the vampires freaked out at the idea of the world becoming zombies and made a deal with the survivors and said, as long as we get to feed on you a little bit, we'll keep you guys alive. So in Paris, the superheroes are all the vampires.
You know, hey, you gotta make do with what you got. You gotta make do with what you got. You know.
So yeah, what are you thinking about?
So I've been kind of like the actual background I have from the character, like the idea in my head, right, is that they're like an actual like trained engineer.
Yeah.
And so but as I'm looking at descriptions, as I'm thinking is like killing heroes is what they did, is kind of like a side job. Like how exactly I would make that fit.
You could
I meant like before the fall of society, killing heroes was a side job.
You can make a new skill set. You can make a new skill set. It's called and call it Cape Hunter.
Cape Hunter.
You hunted down capes.
Mm-hmm.
So the way you could use that is like, let's say you guys bump into a super zombie, there's a chance that you know who it is. You'd be like, oh my god, that's this guy, and this is his powers, because you studied capes, because you never knew when you were going to get a contract to take that one out. So yeah, Cape Hunter would be great. As far as like mechanic type, you know, Visionary works perfect actually. Yeah. Or you could go with the Gadgeteer. Gadgeteer works well, so the Gadgeteer Tinkerer. Yeah, perfect. Gadgeteer Tinkerer, the way I described it, you're not a full-on hero. But damn if duct taped and salvage microchips don't become something special in your hands.
Yeah. So like Cape Hunter and being in a very like, my character is very great at like picking apart the powers of supers and knowing like how to find a weakness.
Yeah, that would be Cape Hunter.
Then Gadgeteer Tinkerer in a lot of like building custom solutions to killing people.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Because like modern problems need modern solutions.
Tony Stark built this in a cave with scraps.
Okay, so you're gonna pick 2 skill sets and a feat, and that.
I get 2 feats, right?
Yes, you get 2 feats.
Yeah. 2 feats is perfect.
Yeah. So, do you know which ones you want yet?
I was thinking Daredevil.
Nice.
Just in the sense to where, like, if you're going up against supers all the time, right? Like, you have to be a little bit of a
sense. Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
And that would be putting points into dexterity, not charisma.
Yeah.
And there was one more I was looking at. Sorry, scrolling.
It's fine. You don't have to pick it right now. I just wanted to see if you had a general idea what you were thinking about. You picked Infiltrator. Dude, one really good one for you would probably be Hawkeye. because
Hmm.
you're probably using guns or something like that, or something ranged. You're probably not going to go into your dexterity. You're not going to go into melee all the time.
Hmm.
So that might be a good idea. So those were skill sets and feats. Starting gear, it's easy. You have a list of go bags. You pick a go bag, and you get to pick a weapon. Just do that on your own. For the listeners out there, each go bag gives you a full set of gear that you recovered over time, like a backpack, a water purifier, stuff like that. It's just really easy. Just pick one. There's 5 of them, and you move on from there. And you have a few points to buy gear. And that's up to what you think your character would use. Or your character has salvaged over time.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, so in finishing touches, there's a little bit of math about, picking out doing your ability scores and stuff like that. And now your ability scores, your defenses, your wounds, your wounds and your stamina. We won't take care of that now. We can take care of that off screen because that gets a little boring. But the fun part is choosing your personality flaws. You have to pick one. You can always pick more than one. So, one of the main currencies in the game is something called plot points. Plot points let you do some cool things. You can use a plot point to just reroll your dice. That's boring. What you can use plot points for is you could rewrite the scene. For example, if in one of my home games, we were fighting on the rooftop of a building in downtown Miami, and the big bad grabbed the speedster and threw him off the building. He used his plot point to say there was a flagpole along the sides of the building, so he used it to ricochet himself back onto the roof. Another one that somebody did once at when I was playtesting this game at Origins. I really hope the guy hears this because it was brilliant. He was playing an ex-electrician, and I was running this adventure where there was a mall surrounded by deadheads, and they were trying to figure out how to get in. And he goes, "Wait a minute, I'm an ex-electrician. I worked on this mall." Gave me a plot point. He's like, "There's an access tunnel. I know where it is." And I was like, brilliant. And they were able to get inside. So they let you rewrite the scene and come up with cool stuff. Also, you need to use plot points to create and attempt power stunts, like trying to use your power in a weird, different way. Once you use your power stunt 10 times, you could then take a feat to learn it permanently. Once you learn it permanently, you no longer have to spend plot points. It just becomes part of your repertoire. So the way you gain plot points is by either playing into your flaws to your detriment. So if you come up with a flaw that is really an advantage, you don't get plot points for it. Failing with grace, like if you roll a failure on a check or something, and you want to propose a complication, you can, and if it's a great complication, you get a plot point. Uh, Proposing complications during the game, you could message me, quietly on Discord, and tell me what you want to do, that what complication you want to have that maybe the rest of the party doesn't know about. For example, so I ran an adventure where the heroes were going to an old villain's hideout, and they figured out how to turn on the electricity. One of the players sent me a text message on my phone and said, "Oh no, that means the elevator that's filled with zombies now opens." So suddenly they were dealing with an entire horde of zombies. So
Hmm.
that's another way to gain plot points. Or do something's really freaking cool that I love, and I'll give you a plot point. You can activate each other's flaws. Now, the player could always say no. They don't want to do that. But if the player accepts it with grace and they're like, that's cool, and they lean into it, they get a plot point.
Mhm.
Plot points sound great. Every time you spend a plot point, I get it. I could use it against you, or I could use it to help you later.
Have you already banked the plot points that we spent on extra feats?
No, you don't get plot points on extra feats.
Not
You get-
extra feat. No, oh no. Because we picked weaknesses. Those weaknesses gave plot points. And then you
No,
spent those
the weaknesses give feats.
Uh,
If you look at
okay.
weaknesses, right, it depends on how many points you got. You can either, if you get up to 15 points, right, you
Mhm.
could get a feat and +1 to any ability score or power score, or +2 to any 2 ability scores or power scores. So
Okay, cool.
so you could spend you could have a maximum of 20 points, right?
Yeah, I've
So
got
you can
20
say,
points left to spend.
yeah, you could have 20 points and go, I'm going to spend 10 to gain a feat, I'm going to spend 10 to gain a feat.
Okay.
Or you could say, I'm going to spend 15, I'm going to spend 5. Or you could spend 5, 5, 5, 5. It's up to you. For
Mhm.
5 points, you only get a +1 to any ability score or power score. So that's what you get. You get points, and you get to use them to buy feats or ability score boosts.
Cool.
Yeah. So
I'll
personality
edit that
flaws.
later.
So here are some. I'm gonna read them out because I love these. Always the sidekick. You were a sidekick during the glory days. You still haven't come to grips with the fact that you're a top dog. You always look to others to fill the hero role, and you're happy working alongside them, maybe just a step or two behind them. So that gives you an idea about the flaws. There's always psychic, berserker, bloodthirsty, chilling presence, clumsy, combat paralysis, craven, Darwinist, greedy, gremlins. Oh my god, Pixie.
Hmm?
Gremlins. Technology just goes crazy around you. Haunted by nightmares, hero's code, hero worship, impatient, lone wolf, lying eyes, megalomania, nihilistic, oblivious, overconfident, overprotective, patriot, poor substitute. I love that one. Basically, you took on the mantle of an old superhero, but you're not that good at being that superhero. It's like if somebody decided to pick up Captain America and they're just not. Post-traumatic stress disorder, revolutionary, ruthless, survivor's guilt. That could really play well. Too much of a good thing. Um, you look good. You look way too good, even in the zombie apocalypse, and that causes its own problems. Unlucky, unattractive, villainous past, young gun, xenophobia, or zealot. You could always propose a different flaw if you have one in mind. Keep in mind that these are personality flaws, not really power flaws. So, Halfling, we'll start with you.
Okay, so I have a couple I'm juggling, but
Mm-hmm.
the one that seems to I keep coming back to is chilling presence. Now, my question to you is,
Yeah.
if I have strange appearance as a weakness,
Yeah.
I am thinking it's a weakness like passively,
Yeah.
but the personality flaw is it's something I can like lean into,
Yeah.
as opposed to like using two different slots to do the same thing.
Okay. Makes sense.
I'm also thinking that ultimately, depending on how hard I lean into it, also ties in with the control emotions, plant fear.
That's true. That's true. That could be part of it. It could be like almost like a passive part of your power. The chilling presence. Okay, so Mary, what do you think?
Okay. I've got a little bit of a list.
Oh, you. Okay.
Uh, because I think it's gonna be something interesting to play around with.
Okay.
Um, Darwinist,
Ooh. Okay.
but she also has survivor's guilt. So she's willing to make those tough choices, but she remembers every name.
Survivor's Guilt and Darwinist. Ooh.
Actually, that's kind of cool.
I
I really like
love
that
it.
combination.
I love it because Z-Day would change people.
Hmm.
So that makes a lot of sense. Like in the moment you're a Darwinist, but then after you're like, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, is there any other one you were thinking about?
The other one I was thinking of was post-traumatic stress disorder.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. I like
But those
that.
are the three I was thinking.
Nice. Okay, Crimson, what do you got for me?
Well, keeping to the theme, chilling presence definitely fits with my
Yeah.
character a lot.
Uh-huh.
In the like very bad in any charisma check, people just do not like being around them. Um, but also ruthless. Like is very much trying not to seem ruthless, but like has the gun drawn and is ready to take a shot, and you're just like, yo, what are you doing?
So
Were we not? Oh, okay, sorry. It puts the gun away.
also villainous past.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Definitely.
villains pass too. I mean, like
Yeah.
my character would think of it a lot more as just kind of like they were just doing a job, but like would totally seem to everyone else as if it was just they weren't doing a job with like their legal government name, right? So
Yeah.
it's definitely a lot more of a villainous pass, like externally, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So okay, cool. Pixie,
I have a couple.
go for it. What do you have? What do you got for me?
When I was working on my character originally, I thought Oblivious because I like the idea of someone so new to superheroes not understanding any other superheroes or superpowers. That was my original idea. I thought it was funny. But like looking at the list again, I kind of want to combine combat paralysis with impatient.
That
Uh,
makes sense.
I like the idea of
you're a
someone
speedster.
yeah, so
Speedsters and
someone who
impatient
has
just
to be
works.
moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone who always has to be moving, they don't like not doing things, so they get like
Yeah.
really, really stressed. And so like
Yep.
if you're in the middle of combat and it's like you have to like stand there and wait or like hide, I don't want to do that.
I like that.
So
I
kind of
like
being
that.
forced to, I like that, and I do like Gremlins, but I worry that it's gonna cause too many problems with all the other electricity issues.
With
I'm
everything
not
else
gonna
with
enjoy
you.
it. Yeah, it's so many, maybe, but I like those two, and I kind of like Oblivious, and is there a limit to how many?
Well, Oblivious, right? It could be extreme ADHD, which works with
Mhm.
any speedster.
Yeah. And I don't know if I want to play with like ADHD as a trope, but it might just happen because I have ADHD.
Exactly.
I think all of us do. It might just happen, but I kind of want to play with impatient at least. I think it fits really well.
Another one that could work for you,
Mhm.
because remember you just became a superhero is Young Gun.
Yeah. I think I was looking at that one originally.
Yeah, that would
Let
work
me
with
look
you
at
too.
it.
Because you just became a superhero during Z-Day,
Hmm.
and everybody looking up to you would actually be a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I like Young Gun, and I do like Too Much of a Good Thing. I do like that one a lot.
Too Much of a Good Thing. It could be so much fun.
I kind of want that one. I have like a few, and I'm either going to combine two, or I'm going to just take two and make them work together. I like that so much because it's like, here's a very highly intelligent character, but like they're hot, so like you're not that smart, are you? Like that.
Yeah.
You can do so many fun things with it.
Okay, that's cool.
I
So
have so many ideas.
yeah, so we need to
Mhm.
once we have everybody's personality flaws, everybody needs to have copies of everybody's personality flaws, because you get to activate each other's flaws.
Mhm.
It's not only always up to me to do it. Like one of the coolest moments I had during a playtest at Origins, there was a character that had PTSD, and another character who was like a force field generator, transporter, and he looked at the girl playing like an ex-soldier with PTSD and said, "You're gonna crumple up. This is too much for you." And she just looks at it and she goes, "Trust me, I have a really cool scene in mind. Do this with me." And she's like, "Okay." So it became the scene where she fell. He ran over, stood over, and was like, "I got you," and put up the force field. So he's holding the force field as all the zombies are coming in, and he's yelling at her like, "Get up! Get up!" It was a great moment. But yeah, so keep that in mind when activating each other's flaws. Another really fun thing you guys get to pick is your tagline. It's another way that you get plot points is when you use your tagline at just the right moment. For example, one of the pre-gens, Apparition, all her powers are about teleportation, invisibility, phasing, stuff like that. Her saying is, "You never saw me." The Speedster is, "You never saw that coming." So yeah, come up with a tagline. It's it's oh my god, the Thing. He says clobbering time. Wolverine. I'm the best at what I do, and what I do isn't nice. That's a tagline. So, do you guys have an idea for your taglines yet?
Yeah, so my character is very much built on the most efficient way to take some people down, and that's not always like that's more kind of like thinking ahead more often than not, and like putting people in a checkmate scenario. So like very much in like closing the demon core and going home. They're like, you're already dead.
Nice. Okay. Mary, do you have an idea yet?
I'm gonna have to brainstorm on this one
Fair
because
enough.
I
It matters because it literally kind of frames your character.
exactly, yeah. I've got like some ideas of like theme stuff, but I'm really gonna have to like work it out.
Okay. One thing, my kid did this. They had like 3 ideas. They rated to the first adventure to get like that one moment, and that's the one they used, and that's what they stuck with. So they had 3 ideas written down in the first adventure. They had this moment where they were like, God, what was it like? It was something like "I'll never fall" or something like that, and they had this perfect moment for it, and that's what they kept. Pixie, do you have one yet?
No.
No.
I really wrote when I was like working on this concept. I was like, what if I just make it? Don't worry about it. So I kept saying like, I don't
Oh,
know. Just
that's
don't worry
so
about
good
it.
for a young gun.
For a young gun,
That's
that's
what
perfect. Don't worry about this. I got this.
Like that's just what I kept doing originally. I'm like, maybe I'll make it that. If not, I'll think of something like more. I don't know. I think it's fun.
Awesome. Okay, Halfling, what do you got for me?
I think he's going to have to discover it. He's got a lot to discover.
He does. He does. Okay, and here's the last part. The cast. Each one of you get to create 2 survivors that are personally connected to your character in some way. In this way, the players get to create some or all of your enclave. To set the scene, you guys are all, your enclave is on this tiny little island called Pigeon Key. It's in Key West. It's off the old 7 Mile Bridge. It is a perfect little enclave. There's one way on and one way off, which is a long expanse of the 7 Mile Bridge. So, it could be a survivor you met when you got here, or it could be a survivor that you brought with you. So a little bit to the story here. Halfling's character showed up one day, but he's always been there.
Okay.
Yep. You just showed up one day, but you've always been there. Everybody knew you. How did that
All right.
happen? So, but yeah. So let's start with Pixie. Do you have an idea of 2 survivors that are on this island with you guys, who maybe you met here or you brought with you?
Kind of want to do a parent.
Ooh, okay.
I want to like do like her dad or something. I love family drama and
Nice,
tabletop games, so it's
okay.
fun. And then maybe I don't know if I want to do just like an old friend of like the family or something like that, or like I definitely want to do one family member and like just someone else that they know through like work or that they worked with before,
Nice.
or even like an old like childhood friend. I have a couple of ideas for it, but
Well, you mentioned that your
Mhm.
parents were probably also engineers.
yeah.
So one of the things you could do is when you make a survivor, you
Mhm.
could decide that you want them to have like a useful skill set,
Mm.
but you need to give them a personality flaw,
Okay.
kind of like the ones you have.
Okay.
They need to have this quirk to justify having this really useful skill set.
Mhm.
Now all survivors have like a basic skill set. For example, maybe they were a farmhand or a librarian or a bus driver, something typical, something common. But something really useful like, an electrical engineer or a mechanical engineer during a zombie apocalypse, there has to be, you have to give them
Mhm.
something to get that.
Mhm.
So you're thinking your parent. What about your other one?
Uh, I don't. I mean, I always pick family members when I make characters.
You
Can
could
it
do
be
your
another
mom and
family?
you could do your mom and your dad.
I don't know if I want to do both parents, but I want to do like a dad, like an uncle or something
Okay.
like that. I don't. Yeah, maybe something like that, but it definitely parents probably. If not, I'll make another character. I don't know.
No, I like that.
I think
So
parents.
okay, so your dad and your uncle,
Hmm.
you were visiting the Keys on vacation
Hmm.
when everything went to hell in a handbasket. Your father had a house on Night Key, which is the key that is connected to your island. It's like the island that starts a 7 Mile bridge.
Okay.
So yeah, you were here on vacation when everything went to hell in a handbasket.
Hmm.
And it was, you know what? It was your father that said
Hmm.
Pigeon Key. So keep that in mind. Those are your 2
Hmm.
survivors. Come up with
Okay.
names for them and send them to me so we
Hmm.
can write them up.
Sure.
Crimson. What kind of
Uh,
people would you actually care about, bro?
so I don't know if care about is quite correct. However, I thought about something. Have you ever seen Vinland Saga?
No.
All right. So the start of Vinland Saga is the main character following around this bandit who's in charge of a group of bandits
Mm-hmm.
because they were contracted to kill his dad.
Okay.
And so they he is continuing to stay with them as he grows up so that he has the opportunity to challenge that person to a duel so that he can kill them honorably the way his dad would have.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe something like kind of the same, like somebody who I contracted out had a side someone who I was contracted to kill had a sidekick who is very determined to take me out in a way that upholds the justice of the hero that they were a sidekick
Ooh.
to.
Okay.
And they just kind of like follow me around like consistently. Like they're not my nemesis because like we're not that's not like I took out the person who they were following. So like they're not
Oh,
my nemesis, but like every now and then I'm like, okay, well if you really want to fight, take care of that for me, and then like
okay.
bye.
So this is how you can make this work.
Mhm.
Take the feet sidekick,
Okay.
and you know he's planning to kill you.
Mhm.
It's you know what he's doing, but he's useful. And not only that, he keeps surviving. It's like you
Mhm.
throw him into stuff and he comes back and you're like, okay. So it's like this it's like a begrudging respect type thing. But you
Mhm.
know that you cannot turn your back on this guy, on this kid.
Mhm.
But yeah, that works really good. So yeah, I would say take the feet sidekick, make him your
Mhm.
sidekick, and then like his personality flaw is that he hates you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Planning to
like
kill
that.
you. He's planning to kill you someday. God, what was the name of that? There's a book I read where it was like, I'm going to kill you, but not today. Oh my God. What was it in Game of Thrones? Yo, today's not your day to die. Maybe tomorrow. So that actually works
Basically,
great.
that's the relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually works awesome. What's your
Mhm.
second survivor?
My second survivor. So I'm going to say that the reason why I'm in the Keys is because my side job of murdering people gave me a contract out here that I needed to be here for before the apocalypse happened. So I
Mm-hmm.
needed a reason to pretend like I was supposed to be here.
Yeah,
So I pretended that there was some sort of engineer conference happening.
yeah.
Uh, and then my manager was like, "Oh man, an engineering conference in the Keys? That sounds great. I'd love to go." Um, and
That's
so
your manager.
yeah.
That's
And so
awesome.
he has had a very different opinion of me since the apocalypse happens, and he's seen me murder several people.
Fair enough. That's actually hilarious. Okay, so your
Mhm.
manager and your future killer, are now your guys. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mary, what are you thinking?
Okay, so I think mine will actually tie into an additional weakness
Oh,
I would like to take. Uh, so I think that uh, my character has an evil superhero X that is causing problems. Uh,
okay.
that is an enemy. So I think that's one survivor, and the other survivor.
Well, the
Um,
survivors are just average people.
oh, just average people. Okay, okay.
Yes.
So that doesn't. Okay,
You can
so
always take the feet. There's a feat you can take called sidekick, which lets you
okay,
make them like a really low powered superhero. But I even say in the book they're more trouble than they're worth because sometimes they'll go off on their own. Sometimes they'll listen to you. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll do whatever they want. Sometimes they'll get you in trouble. So, but yeah, these are normal everyday survivors that
gotcha,
either you
gotcha.
have a personal connection to from before the zombie apocalypse or maybe after you met them. It's been a year and a half since Z Day to give you an idea how long it's been. Um, and actually, it's really cool. Like, so Pixie and Crimson, your dad, you came down for the conference, the engineering conference, and
Hmm.
you met Crimson before you realized
Okay.
Crimson was who they were, and when everything went down in the handbasket, you guys ended up fighting side by side, and you were like, huh, okay, and that's how you
Mhm.
two met.
Okay.
Yeah, the engineering conference. Oh, by the way, Crimson, the the guy you were coming down to assassinate, his name
Hmm.
was called Mind Game.
Mind game. All right.
He never showed up at the conference. He was a cybernetically enhanced telepath. He never showed up at the conference. You guys have no idea what happened to him. You don't even know if he was even in the keys when everything went down. So, that's awesome. That's great. We have a connection there. So, okay, so Mary, so what are you thinking?
So I think that as far as characters, I think that she definitely has collected people over the years.
Fair enough.
It's one of the things that keeps her like that human side of her
Yeah.
available. So I think she has basically these they would be teenager twins that she's
Okay.
kind of adopted
Okay.
as part of her little family.
Mhm.
Whether it be that because she saw them and during Z Day and she just couldn't help but try and save them,
Yep.
whatever it is, I think so. They are basically these twins that maybe she's training, maybe she's hoping that they have something to be able to fight these Z's. Maybe it's just that they keep her feeling like a person. But these two teens are who she's
Ooh,
taking care of.
I got this. So, about 9 months ago, while you guys were doing a quick raid into one of the few places left in Night Key that there's still stuff to get, because Night Key at this point has been picked clean. You found these two. Their parents had died, and somehow they have still survived. Your Darwinism went, you're coming back with me. Because apparently
Yep,
you have some skills.
that's perfect.
Yeah. So you have the twins. If you want, give them a personality flaw and give them a useful skill set. Something like survivalist. They learned how to make do. They know in the keys. They know how to fish. They know how to do all that. That's how they stayed alive all this time. So you could always do that. Okay, Halfling, what do you got for me?
I think you and I are going to have to chat about the just got here but been here the whole time, as
Yeah.
far as whether that means I know anybody here.
Yeah, well, you could pick two people on the island that you've just become close to.
I love the Sam Reich I've been here the whole time bit.
Yep. But it's just two people that you've come to like. Or
Yeah, I
form some
understand
connection with.
the assignment. I'm saying you and I need to chat
Yeah,
because
we can
I
talk
don't
about that.
understand what my position here is. So
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
I think I've been here long enough to have met anybody. So.
You, even though everybody thinks you've been here all the time, you've probably been here about 6 months, 7 months.
Okay.
Yeah, you've been here for a bit. Actually, no, wait a minute. Ha! No, you've been here the whole time after Z Day. You've just been here. Everybody you've been on Pelican Key. You were there when the survivors were first coming in. You helped. You were leading people like get back in here. But yeah, you were there. You were there during the fall. You were there during the fall, and you led some survivors to the island.
Okay.
That makes
All right.
perfect
I'm
sense.
gonna have
actually.
to give it some thought.
Yeah, that makes sense. It could be two people that you literally saved and escorted to the island, or it could be two people that were on the island already and that you've met them and now you've become close to them. To give you an idea, so Pigeon Key, um, Pigeon Key, is a small island. Um, maybe a mile across. By a mile and a half across. I'll get you the exact numbers. You can always look it up online. It doesn't really matter. There are 8 buildings on it. That you guys over the years have converted. With the help of the engineers who live here and everybody else. You guys have the main house. Everybody calls it the quiet house. It's filled with beds and hammocks, and usually you guys sleep communally because it's safer. Even though maybe one or two of you might have a little nook in the back because you've naturally freak people out, so people stay arm's length away from you. And we'll discover the rest of the buildings and stuff while we're in the game. Oh, there are 2 survivors that you guys have in the game. So there are 2 dogs that have been on the island for as long as you can remember. There is a pit bull named Mocha, and there is a Chihuahua mix named Sandals. You guys named him Sandals because he's always under your freaking feet, and somebody was going to step on him, and somebody went, "Oh my God!" You're like, "Get out!" It's Sandals, and it's stuck. Those 2 dogs have become an integral part of the Enclave, and they're great because they smell zombies coming from a mile away, and they just, especially Sandals, will just start barking. So you guys always have them up on the bridge, especially at night during watch. You guys always have somebody on the bridge at night. They call it Death Watch. But they're always watching out to see if any zombies make it onto the bridge. One weird thing that happens in the Keys that nobody knows why, and it doesn't make sense because it never happened before Z-Day, but it started happening immediately after Z-Day. Once a month, everything goes dead quiet. There are no birds, there are no bugs. The water goes completely flat. It feels quiet and oppressive. Nobody likes to go out during this time. Everybody's come to call it the hush, because it sounds like the entire world just goes quiet. Where everybody feels like if you're out during this, it just feels oppressive, like the world is pushing down on you. Mocha and Sandals don't like to go out during the hush. Normally, one person stays up on the bridge, but you guys have noticed over the years that even the zombies aren't that active on the hush. Things just stop. You guys have become close to another enclave that lives under the actual 7 Mile Bridge. They are called the Bridge Rats. They have taken over. On Night Key, there's a bar right next to the entrance to the 7 Mile Bridge. They've basically taken the entire bar over. They've created fortifications around it. And if you want to walk the 7 Mile Bridge to go down south, you have to negotiate with them. You have to trade something. Either rumors, equipment, favors, something. Nothing is free. You guys living so close to them have actually created a really good working relationship with them. It's not freebies, but they respect you guys, and they will help you out. And sometimes you'll help them out. It's a good symbiotic relationship. The bar, by the way, is called the Sunset Grill and Raw Bar. They have an impressive collection of alcohol. And every once in a while, when things get ugly, and you guys have had a bad day, you're always allowed in to have a shot.
All right. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a break in the bar is not given, it's earned. So that gives you an idea about that. Yeah, that's the situation you guys are in. Do you have any questions about like maybe like the state of play in the Keys? Oh, Key Largo is a no man's land. There weren't a lot of superheroes living in the Keys. Practically none. You guys were a rarity. When the zombie apocalypse happened, there were no zombies no superheroes destroying tons of zombies. So Key Largo is filled with like 6,000 zombies. Nobody goes through there. The few survivors that somehow make it through are either incredibly lucky or really skilled. The bridges out of Key Largo were destroyed. Both Crimson and Talk, your characters know for a fact it was a military strike. The way it happened, it was a military strike. Actually, Tall, you're sure that it had to be some drone missiles because the amount of damage on the bridges are gone, so the zombies don't really get off the bridge. Isla Morada, which is not that far from you guys, is considered also a no man's land. No one goes over there. You don't know why, but every survivor that's come back from there, they tell you to just not go. That is just infested with zombies. And you guys have heard rumors of survivors there turning to cannibalism. Yeah. So everybody just stays far away from Isla Morada. There are traders that you guys deal with. People call them kayak men or kayak women or kayak people, or sometimes kayaks. These guys and girls and people are incredibly crazy and brave. They sneak onto Key Largo and Isla Morada on kayaks and sneak in, grab a few things, and sneak out. And they show up with cool stuff all the time to trade. There are other
Buy at a high
enclaves out there.
price.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. There's other enclaves out there, by the way. You've heard rumors of other enclaves. One that you've heard about, and actually no, you've dealt with them before. They're called the Barrelmen. They're a bunch of people that collect water. They've turned their entire little it's like a little enclave of trailers and little houses. They've engineered all these canvas rooftops that just collect water. So every time that you guys have been running low on fresh water, they always seem to have a lot of it. They've created their own little niche. And again, they trade. Everything has become a barter system down here in the Keys. There's other enclaves you've heard of. Rumors that there's a bunch down to the south, but you've never met any of them. As far as the kayak men, there are 2 sailing boats that are a bunch of these people that have gotten together, that they strap their kayaks to the side. They'll go all the way up north, go in, grab a bunch of stuff, come back, and then come and trade with you guys. You guys will meet those in game. But there's 2 notable ships. They're almost like pirates, but not. There's not much to pirateer, but there's a lot to salvage. So is there any questions you guys have about the state of play in the Keys I might be able to answer? You guys have been here for a year and a half, so
Off the top,
You go first.
sorry, I didn't mean to talk to Mary.
You go first.
Okay. I was gonna say, for me personally, off the top, not anything, but I'm sure that as we play, there'll be more questions that would contextually make sense for me to already know.
Cool. Mary?
Do we know the Super Z zones near us?
Well, no. You know there
Okay.
was a Super Z down south, but you were told that that Super Z just disappeared. One day he was there, one day he was not.
Okay.
And but that was a rumor. You've never seen him. You never see. You guys have not bumped into a Super Z. So you know they exist because of all the rumors and stuff. Oh, so there's a guy that shows up once in a blue moon. He's a teleporter. One day, he walked over to the bridge rats and to you guys, introduced himself as the postman, and he has contact with other enclaves. His power is to teleport incredibly long distances. He cannot short teleport. Every once in a while, he'll show up with messages from other enclaves and news. If you guys want to have a pen pal in another enclave, you can. So he'll sometimes deliver letters that you guys write to each other. And he has become like a really important conduit between these enclaves. You know, there's an enclave just off the coast of Miami on one of the islands. You know, there's another enclave in the Everglades where these people just set up in the middle of the damn swamp. Everglades City is an enclave because there's only one bridge that leads on and off, and they secured it. You also know there's several enclaves in New York. There's one in Nevada, and there's one that he found in Orlando that took over Disney World.
I was hoping. I was so hoping.
They took over the Magic Kingdom, and they went, "This is ours." And yeah,
The
so
Disney
Yay.
tunnels. Oh my
yes,
god. Yeah,
it's
That'd be
that's
so
great
good.
actually. The Magic Kingdom with all the Disney tunnels would be phenomenal. They have food stores down there, refrigeration down there, generators, all that stuff. So yeah, this guy shows up he shows up rarely. Like maybe once every 2-3 months. But he always shows up with news. So that's why you've heard of super zombies and all this crazy stuff.
How many people are living on Pigeon Key?
So, there's 8 people, which is the people that you're creating.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be creating a few people to fill in some gaps.
Okay.
There's going to be an ex-nurse. I haven't wrote her up yet because if one of you guys were going to do ex-nurse, I was going to be like, I don't have to. There's going to be an ex-nurse, and there's going to be a... You have an old lady. She has a green thumb. She seems to be able to grow anything. She's actually, well, that'll be fun. She's a retired superhero. But her power is oh my god, I forgot. It's the plant kinesis one. Like poison ivy,
Okay.
like that. So she could grow food, and she's become incredibly invaluable, but she's like in her freaking 80s. She's not going anywhere. But she has become pretty much the one of the most important people in the enclave, and not only that, she is the ear to everyone. If you know that your secrets die with her, everybody could go talk to her at any time. She has a little place that you guys call the grow house. that she manages and she takes care of. So you guys have some stuff there. She also has been really good at growing seaweed. So you guys have like really good quality seaweed all the time. Even though after a year of seaweed, it starts getting incredibly boring. And some of you are like, "Oh my god, fish! I love fish!" And after a year of fish, you guys are like, "Yay, fish! Yay!" Um, a year.
Boredom seems like the least of our troubles in this world, but
Oh yeah. But a year and a half of no fishing, no commercial fishing. The wildlife has just exploded. The problem is every once in a while you guys have saltwater gators you have to worry about.
I
Saltwater
mean, hey,
frogs.
gators are a whole different kind of meat.
Yeah, but every once in a while you guys, especially have to worry with Sandals, because Sandals goes next to the water and but so far Sandals has been able to keep himself pretty safe.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's the state of play in the Keys, as far as what you guys know is going on. You Halfling and Pixie, do you have any questions about the Keys, like what's going on? Oh, by the way, if you guys want to look it up, the convention was in the Key Largo Hilton. That's where the convention took place. So you two actually fought out of the nightmare that became Key Largo, and both of you witnessed the bridges being taken out. You guys saw them being taken out. And it was definitely military. You don't know where the missiles came from. All you know is that all the bridges were taken out.
All right.
Yep. So, Pixie, you have any questions about the Keys?
I don't. Probably, but I don't know like currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did everyone die at the conference?
No, you guys, well, your uncle and your dad got out with you.
Mhm.
A few other people got out with you. Actually, a few people who are bridge rats,
Mm.
got out of the conference. Basically, maybe like out of the entire conference, like that you know of, like 6 survivors.
I mean, actually, it makes sense that
Yeah.
people survived it because you talked about how lots of buildings had been remade by engineers.
Yep.
So if it was an engineer conference that was there at the moment, then like, hey, that's just serendipity.
Yep.
Got very lucky.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There was engineers that you said your uncle and your dad, and like
Mhm.
another 2 engineers were smart, and when things started happening, they just stole a boat.
Mhm.
They were like,
Mhm.
"Aha! Zombies can't swim!" in a powerboat. So yeah, a few survivors, a few of them survived.
Mhm.
Maybe you know 1 or 2 of them in the bridge rats. I'll write those up
Okay.
that you know them, because you probably would have met them during the conference. But yeah, a few of them
My manager
survived.
going, "Oh no, we need to leave," and then I like turn a suitcase into like a into like a minigun or something. He's like, "Where did you get that?" And so like mowing down zombies.
Oh my god, no, more like, did you ever see Desperado?
Mhm.
No, it's still like guns akimbo, pulls out 2 pistols and starts just like blasting.
No, he would always walk around with a guitar case, but the guitar case was
Mhm.
filled with guns. And
Ah, okay.
at one point, they make him open up the guitar case, but there's a
Mhm.
guitar, and they're like, you see, he's not the guy. And then the guitar actually starts to come up, and it was a secret compartment, and it's all filled with guns. And the bartender looks down and goes, "Oh my!" And then everything goes down in a handbasket. So yeah, you had the briefcase.
Mhm.
You dropped it down, popped it open, and were like, "Okay, I got this."
Yeah, and they're just like, "How did you get that on the plane?"
Exactly. What do you mean plane? You came here on a private jet.
You know what? There we go. With
Your
our engineering
manager
firm,
would have just brought you down on a private jet.
you know, our engineering firm made a lot of money.
Yes.
Much less security.
Mhm.
So, okay, so we have, so write me up your little, like a little blurb on your survivor. Send it to me in Discord so I have it for next week. And I'll write up the other survivors that are on the island. And I'm going to, I don't know if I can. Could you share Obsidian notes with people? I don't know. I just started using
Hello?
Obsidian for the first time.
I have never
Or,
used
I
Obsidian.
don't know what
or
that is.
actually,
Never
what
heard
I
of.
might have an idea. I might just put up a little web page with like everything, like a little wiki, and yeah, put it all there. So we'll figure that out for next week, and I think it'll be cool for the people watching. They can actually like go and read about the island, because this is stuff that everybody would know. You guys live there, so okay. Oh, by the way, if you come up with a cool scene using either mocha or sandals, you also get a plot point. So, okay. This was fun.
Also, mostly curious. Has anyone thought of what their name is gonna be? Their superhero
Yeah.
name?
Yeah, do you guys
I've
have
named my
names?
character, and I have.
Hold on.
Uh,
I'm gonna fix this right now. Because I made it that I could change your names. Aha! Okay, so select font.
I thought when I went with the speed idea, I might change it, but I'm gonna keep it what
Okay,
it was. It works
spell
well,
it
I think.
now because I am a, even though I'm a game designer, I am a horrible speller, and I should be sponsored by Grammarly. So tell me how to spell your character's name so I get it right.
Their superhero name or their
The
name?
superhero name.
It's Ether.
Oh, Ether.
Yeah, with an A. So AE.
Huh?
That is spelled AETHER. So that's spelling.
There we
It
go.
has multiple spellings of it. There you go.
Boom. Okay, Crimson. Tell me yours.
All right. My character's superhero name is Witness, and their civilian name is
Ooh!
Annabeth
That is so
Jackson.
good.
Dude, that's a badass name.
That is so good.
Dude, I love that. Okay, Mary, what do you got for me? No pressure.
So her name's Metamorphosis.
Oh,
For the
Jesus, you're going to have to
superhero
spell that one
name.
for me.
I'll type it in the chat.
Okay, thank you. So you'll copy and paste it.
Yep. And then I don't have her actual people name yet.
Okay.
Copy paste.
We'll get there.
Okay, so oh, I can't go into the chat because if I do, all of you will disappear. Well, I can. I can just do some. Aha.
Okay.
And I'll just do that, and then
We've
I'll
all
just go back.
disappeared.
There you go. And the copy pasta is going to be replaced with boom.
There you go.
Okay. And halfling, what do you got for me?
He does not identify this way yet, but he's going to end up being Haze, Haze.
Ooh.
Got it.
I like that.
Nice name.
His regular life name is Scott Hayes, Hayes.
Nice. So your handle ended up becoming Hayes.
Which is named. I mentioned that he's kind of an Overwatch kind of person.
Yeah.
Depending on how things go, his name comes half from Scott Gorman in Aliens, who does the job very, very badly, and half from Felicity Smoke, who does it very, very well.
When I made my character, go ahead, I'll finish.
So are we gonna hear "Game over, man! Game over" at some point?
Hopefully not.
No, okay. When I picked Ether, if I name her Ether, I have to name her Esther. So her name is Esther. That's where the name comes from.
Actually, everybody later on message me your character's actual name, and I will modify this with your character's actual name underneath it also. Because I did think about that, and your tag is not editable. I'll fix that. But yeah, awesome. So cool. We're gonna wrap up for the night. This was fun. I'm looking forward to this campaign. I'm really looking forward to this campaign. So everybody who's watching, thank you for spending your night with us. I greatly appreciate it, and we will see you next week when I get to drop them into the keys and see what happens. We still need to figure out how metamorphosis ended up in the keys. So you and I need to talk about that. Because we already figured out Haze, Witness, and Ether. But why is metamorphosis here? So we need to figure that one out. Especially since you have cosmic powers.
Meteor
Okay,
shower.
cool.
I've got
Go.
a few
Yeah.
ideas.
Infinite cosmic powers, and you're on this tiny little island. So,
It happens.
oh, by the way, if
They
you
were
guys
always
want,
there.
like, look up Pigeon Key and stuff, and you'll see it in the
Mhm.
in Google Maps. Like, all the pictures I took, I got from Google Maps. That's cool. I am looking forward to this. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So again, thank you everybody for watching. Have a great night. And have fun playing games. Stat Monkey and the crew out. Have a good night, guys.